Salve Omnibus, alias Gladius Requincare. It's been a while since I did a sword review, so I might as well go ahead and do one. So this is the Steel Gladius Machete. This is a Fulham Gladius. You can tell because it does have a semi-strong leaf, Celtic leaf shape. It normally runs around about $30 to $50, and I'll be frank, for this price, that's actually a pretty good price for something as good quality as this. And no, I am not a Cold Steel fanboy, if you will. I'm not going to be all, yay, Cold Steel. I'm just doing it. I'm just reviewing this plain and simple. No bias at all. So, it runs around for about, like I said, $30 to $50. It's made of 1055 high carbon steel and comes pretty sharp out of the box. Not razor sharp, but sharp enough for you to do the job. The handle is made out of polypropylene, and it does have a what it's trying to look to be a peened grip, even though in reality we know it's not peened. You're not fooling anyone, Cold Steel. So, as you can tell, it does come with a black anti-rust finish, which I will do a little bit more close, try to get a little more into detail in the filming. And as you might be able to tell, it actually doesn't stay on very well, if you will. But then again, this sword is 3 years old, 3 or 4 years old, so going on 4. And the fact that it was able to stay on this long, the amount of times I cleaned it, that's pretty impressive in my book. The blade will stain really easy. The edge will actually stain really easy. So hopefully you don't mind. And if you're going to use this for work, then it shouldn't be a problem at all. But if you're going to use this for something to put on the wall that you want it to be battle ready, but you want it to be like, you want it to be presentable on the wall, then yeah, you might not want to use it because, like I said, it will stain pretty easy. The tip, on the other hand, is one real drawback. The tip will actually break really easy if you stab it into a hard target such as a tree or something. Yeah, so don't stab anything if you want that edge. And if you use the edge a lot, it'll start bending, then it'll eventually just break off. And yeah, that isn't really too much of a problem. The cutting power on this thing is pretty good for a Gladius. And when I say pretty good, is just what I mean, pretty good. Because a Gladius is supposed to be used to thrust rather than to cut. Cut is just that option. In case if you can't stab, you can still slice and dice people. Well, historically, you can slice and dice people, I should say. The polypropylene handle is actually pretty good. It hopefully you don't mind, but sticks might be able, depending on the size of the stick, it might be able to scratch that finish on. Well, I wouldn't call it a finish. It might scratch up your handle, and any other metal will actually do that. So if you want to like carve your initials or carve a symbol into your handle, go ahead and do that. I did that and gives the blade, well, gives the sword a little more character. The pommel on the sword actually does give you the chance to add, I guess you want to call it a lanyard, whatever you want to call it, wherever you are, whatever you want to call it. It gives you a choice to put that thing in that's on a lot of cameras today. I can't remember what it's called, but yeah, you can put that on if you want. The strengths of the sword are obviously stupid affordable for something like this. Normally, a functional sword would cost normally like $150 at the cheapest, and for something that's about Gladius size, this is a little bit shorter for a Gladius, but it's still pretty good for the price of a Gladius. A little shorter, like I said, but hey, it balances it out. It's a sword design and a machete, and that's creative. So, stupid affordable for a Gladius. It holds the edge very well. I've barely had to sharpen this, and it still cuts pretty good. Still cuts pretty good in places. And I've barely had to sharpen this thing. It has a very tough handle. Basically, if you need to use it for defense, but you don't want to kill anybody, knock yourself out. Pun not intended. The Peened construction, I mean, so far the handle ain't, or the peening hasn't caused any problems. And yeah, the only problem, one problem with this is that it does have a square handle, and hopefully you won't have a problem with that. Some people don't like it. It can be uncomfortable and somewhat abrasive, if depending how sensitive your hands are. A way around that though, all you need is just some tennis. You just need a tennis handle wrap, and you're good to go. It'll help out there. And the sheath, this machete also comes with the sheath. It's just a standard nylon sheath. It has a reinforced end for a little more protection, if you will, to make sure that the Gladius doesn't stab through this. One problem with the sheath. This Gladius, if you're not careful, it can stab through the sheath. So be careful putting it into the sheath. And also, make sure your guides are out of the way, because the Gladius will actually cut into them. And you might not want that, depending on how touchy you are about it. And if you're a big person on this anti-rust finish, it doesn't protect the bullet. It doesn't protect your edge from rust, because I still have rust on my blade and I have not been able to remove it. And it comes off somewhat easily, depending how much you clean your sword or machete. Don't correct me. If I see any comments on that, I will lose my crap completely. But yeah, if my verdict on this, it's pretty affordable. Actually, not pretty, very affordable for the quality. There's another one out there that I'd like to try out later, but you know, it depends how things go. It's stupid affordable, so that there, and it can be a good project if you want to take something like this, a tactical design, and give it a more historical look, if you know what I mean. Like, just paint up the handle, get rid of the anti-rust finish, put it on your wall, it'll look nice. Matter of fact, I might do it with this one, I don't know yet. And it's fun. You can use it to cut bottles of water, and you can also use it for work if you want. I mean, it ain't the best machete to do that with, but hey, it is a machete, and a machete can do that if need be. And in some cases, in response to the video that Scalagrim posted about which sword would be best for home defense, if you want a sword, this would be a good choice, because he had like around an $800 Gladius. If you want something cheap, and for that one-time event, if you have to, but hopefully never have to do it, you can use this. And I mean, I wouldn't say it's anything like an heirloom. If you want to do that, that's you, but it's not me. But yeah, there you go. That's about it for this Gladius. So hope you found that entertaining and enjoy some of this bottle cutting video and the outtakes. And as usual, thanks for watching. Solway Omnibus, alias Gladius Recting. Solway Omnibus, alias Gladius Reconcere. Reconcere. Solway Omnibus, alias Gladius Reconcere. A machete style, well, a sword style, well,